dopest motherfucker alive. Whoa, I gotta be the dopest motherfucker alive. Whoa, good God, I'm so great. When I walk, the whole earth shakes. I'm like,
Welcome, folks. I muted that mic because I was checking something in the background and I knew I was going to forget to unmute it. So let me just start all fucking over. Jesus Christ. I am a train wreck. What up, Rob? What up, Rob? Again, I was saying, first and foremost, happy Mother's Day. Saludos. I fucked up the toast. I already drank the apple juice. But anyway, happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to you. I hope you ladies had a great Mother's Day. Um, I was saying that to me, Mother's Day is every day. So it's always nice to show a little extra appreciation because sometimes we take our wives for granted. I was saying something, I couldn't figure out the word earlier, but sometimes as men, we take our wives for granted. So it's always nice to, y'all can hear me now, right? Let me know if y'all can hear me now. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? What up, Whitaker? What's good? Um, so yeah, I was saying Mother's Day is every day for me. So, but it's always nice to celebrate Mother's Day because give them that one extra day. Thank you, Fig. Give them that one extra day because a lot of times we tend. Yo, Supreme, what's good, my brother? Appreciate you joining in. A lot of times, us men, we take our wives for granted. And so this one day is a day to ensure that we don't do that, right? You get them some flowers, you get them some chocolate, you take them out to a nice dinner, you wine and dine them, you make them feel special again. Because sometimes, when you're married for, you don't even have to be married, but when you're together for a while, things just start to get into a normal pace and this kind of breaks that up. So I hope you ladies got everything you wanted and then some. I have my coffee. Saludos. Oh my God, that's so good. So, yes, ladies, appreciate you. Hope everything was great for you. You know, this, let me take it off because, so another reason why I muted my mic because when I play a video, I'm hearing it twice on my end. I hope you guys are not hearing when the pre-show was playing. I hope y'all didn't hear it double because I was hearing it double on my end and it was annoying the hell out of me. So I kind of took my headphones on and put my mic on mute to see if I could make sure that you guys are not hearing it double. It's always something with the programs. Always, I guess it doesn't matter. We switched from the other program to this one because the other one was giving us a fucking headache, and now this one's giving me a headache. But I still like this one. It's just that every time I go live, something is crazy. So, important information coming up right now. We have TW100R is doing a mass Zoom coming this Wednesday. I want everybody to come onto the Zoom if you have time. It's going to be at 4 p.m. Wednesday sharp. And what we're doing is we're going to be listening. Since Etna says we don't, they don't get, and not just Etna, our own union hall retirees, that is the retiree union, the retiree representation of union, right? They're saying that they don't get any complaints. So we're doing a mass Zoom where we're taking calls from people who are having problems with this Medicare Advantage, right, Medicare Advantage plan. I'm at a loss for words, y'all. It's crazy. My mouth is like not working today. So we're doing a mass call Wednesday. We're gonna be listening to testimonies of all the people who are having problems with Medicare Advantage. And I would love for the actives, all you guys that are still working, to join the call. You don't have to say anything, but just listen to what's happening because it's going to be also some important information that's going to go out. And this is your future. Again, you could just chime in. You can just listen in to hear what you have to look forward to with this Medicare Advantage. Now, I'm gonna say this again because a lot of people thinking that they're still thinking that one, we're pocketing money, which is not true, and two, uh, that we're lying when it comes to what was going down with Medicare Advantage. And I gotta say, if you're in great health, if you're in good health, you don't have any major problems or nothing like that, this plan could be the best plan for you. It really is. It's not like it's that bad. It's just that when you have a problem, when you start to have illnesses, especially reoccurring illnesses or what they call underlying illnesses, it's a garbage plan. It's just terrible. There's just too much stuff going on. Like you could see in a flyer that says if you have hospitals leaving the network, if you have your prescription plans that are going, skyrocketing, or if you have procedures that you need to be done get delayed or denied, when usually that won't happen on traditional Medicare. So please, everybody, join in. I'm gonna post the link on my chat on my personal page on Facebook, but it also be in the TW group, the 100R Inc. group. If you're not part of it, you could join it. Everybody could join. I encourage actives to even to join that group so they could see for themselves the problems that are people having. Some of the stuff that I heard out of recently is just it's horrible. It's just horrible, and I don't want you guys to have to go through that when you're retiring. These people are retired. They shouldn't be fighting. They shouldn't be in court fighting for anything. They should be. I was gonna say cruise, but with this virus going around, I don't think that's such a good idea for retirees to be going on cruises and shit. What up, Dave? But they should be living their best life. Usually I would say, hey, you should be on some cruise because that's the first thing you think about when you retire. You go on a cruise around the world. Not right now. I would say, chill out on a cruise for a little while. Hold off on that. Do something else. Hold on, let me get to some of these comments, man. You know. So anyway, yeah, Wednesday if you're part of my Facebook page, you'll see the link go up, or you could just join the TW100R Inc. Um, Facebook page, and you'll see the link definitely go up there. But we want as many people on that call as we can, because again, Etna and the Union Hall, the retiree section. I'm not saying the whole fucking union or whatever. No, the retiree section is saying that they're not getting complaints about Aetna, Medicare Advantage, and that's just not true. I mean, maybe people are not calling the Union Hall, but we hear it all the time. And if you go to our Facebook group, TW100R Inc., you'll see it there. You'll see them posting it all the time. There's some kind of problem they're having, and that's a diminishment of services. So yeah, I would say, yo, come join us, y'all. Come join us. Wednesday again. This Wednesday coming up on at 4 p.m. sharp. All right. I hope to see y'all there. I will be there. I hope to see you guys there. Some union business. I kind of saw this today, and I think it's actually really a really good thing to do. I TWU having a housing resource day. Um, what's that day? I can't see it here. Wednesday, May 27th, from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. I had to look at my TV because it's too small. I need thicker glasses. Yeah, it's Wednesday. Hold on, here we go. I can pull it up right here. There we go. Wednesday, May 27th, from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. TW Local 100 Union Hall over there at 195 Montague Street, third floor. They're having workshops, resources, expert advice, raffles, and giveaways. Sounds like a great time. You're going to go over there. You're going to learn about first-time home buyers education, department and down payment, and closing cost assistance, affordable mortgages, landlord training, property management education, home repair loans and grants, financial empowerment, property insurance essentials, and more. That's a whole lot, and it's for free. You go down to the Union Hall. I think that's great, especially if you're planning on buying a home. There's a lot you need to learn before you buy a home. Just cause they offer you 400, $500,000, the bank offers you. That don't mean you can afford a 400 or $500,000 home. There's a lot of hidden expenses that they don't tell you. So a class like this is something worth going to. It will really get you the knowledge you need to know before you make a mistake. I almost bought a home for 490,000. Um, it was beautiful, and it was still being constructed. And they tried to juice me up and say, look, you could tell them what you want while you're here, and they'll fix it up just the way you want, which was beautiful. And it was a nice part of Queens, nice quiet part of Queens. And I almost pulled the trigger. I'm glad I didn't, because if I did, I mean, I wouldn't be there right now anyway. But um, if I did, uh, I wouldn't have been able to afford no furniture. So I would have just had a nice house, because the different things that come up, um, you're just not prepared for. So a class like this, I would highly recommend. I went to someplace else. I forgot the name of Brooklyn something, and I learned so much in that class before I bought my first house. And I ended up buying a house for about, the bank gave me and my ex about 450 grand for as a loan for to buy a house, to put on a house. And we only spent 350 from that, because we couldn't afford what they was giving us. I mean, they gave it to us, but we didn't need all that, because if we would have paid for that house, we wouldn't have had enough. So go to this um, um, resource day. I mean, if you off, or if they have another one, go to that. I definitely highly recommend it if you plan on buying a house. Just making sure that's fine. All right, so make use of that. When transit do these things for free for you, you got to take advantage. You got to take full advantage of it while you can. Ooh, wow. So, what's next on the agenda? I want to show you why, one of the reasons why you need to join that call. I know I probably showed this last week, but I'm gonna show it again because you need a reminder. You need a reminder. Watch this.
Table bargaining and the MTA handed us their demands. So if you're okay with a 2% budgeted raise for the next 3 years, giving more employee availability, giving higher co-payments in ER, and not getting overtime until after 4 days of working, prepackaged picks, electronic picks, and the pick car and Mapsto are disappearing, higher payments for medical benefits above the 2% that we're paying now, and only 15 days to restore your sick time and your sick lines. Then don't come to the rally Friday, May 1st, because I am pissed off. I think this is a slap in the face to our membership. And guess what? We're going to fill this canyon from front to back with our members and let them know May 1st, the TWU is laying their claim right here at 2 Broadway, 5 p.m. Making our name known. We're not going to take this. This is a disgrace. I expect you there. I'll be here. My leadership team will be here. And I look forward to seeing everybody. Thank you.
Yeah. So you see, 2%. They're slowly creeping their way into your medical. The actors. I'm talking to the actors now. They're slowly creeping their way into your medical. They started with this little 2% extra, whatever, and the ER pay, right? Don't let them fool you. Pretty soon, they're gonna go completely after it. They did the test pilot on the retirees to see how much they could get away with, and now they're gonna come after your medical. So I would advise you to please join the call because it's going to go downhill from here. Again, if you're healthy, the plan is really good for you. I say stick with it, stay with it. It's good as long as you're healthy. You don't have to go see the doctor. But once you start getting um problems, or if you get into an accident like me, it's not good. It's not going to be good. I'm on traditional Medicare. I got off of that once I the divorce forced me out of that. So I'm on traditional Medicare. Um, Even though if I was still been married, I wouldn't have been on. I would have been on my wife's plan. So, and she's a super. She was my ex-wife's plan. I'm sorry, and she was a supervisor, so she had better coverage than I did. So, but I'm on traditional, and I I'm paying out of pocket. I'm paying out of pocket, and just to solidify what I'm talking about. I know you guys are probably rolling your eyes in your head. I want you to just watch this real quick, real quick, real quick.
Hey there, hope everybody's fine. This is Lloyd Archer. Most of you may know me. I want to make a quick short video about the 13th of this month. We're calling all retirees to action that are having problems with their medical, problems such as denials, delays in service, problems with your prescriptions, and other things, or any specialists that don't take the coverage that you used to use. The union and the Retirees Association are spreading rumors that they have no problems, they're getting no complaints from anyone. Of course, a lot of people are deterred from it, and they're not going to complain. It was done by design. And if you're out of state and you're having these problems, feel free, right? On the 13th at 4 p.m., we will be posting the link very shortly so that we can see you guys. We're asking people for a 2-minute testimony explaining to everybody else exactly what's going on with their medical. It's very important that we do this, all right? Their contract is expiring. They're looking to do the same thing to the actors. So please, on the 13th of this month, which is 2 days away at 4 p.m., please join us. We posted a link again, I say, and please join us and give us your testimony. Everybody have a great day. I'm looking forward to seeing everyone on the 13th.
All right, guys. So that was Lloyd Archer, the president of TW100R Inc. And so I'm gonna post that link also in the description. It's already active, but nobody's gonna be there till till Wednesday at 4 p.m. So, but I'll post it here so you guys can have access to it. Again, it's gonna be on my Facebook page. It's gonna be in that group, and so on and so forth. I don't want to keep drilling you guys with that. I really want to talk to you guys about something else because I saw this happen the other day. So I've heard that on the rally that we had on, there was over 1,000 plus people there, and then I heard that the LIRR and some other unions may have joined the crowd. So, and that was very strange to me because they never really joined out any functions that we did, right? When I was working and we did any kind of rallies or anything, we had enough people at the rallies for just us, for just transit workers, right? It was, I mean, granted, the union was more together, more united back then than they are now, but we never had LIRR join us or the teachers union. None of the other unions joined us, right? It was always just TWU. And so I heard that the LIRR joined us on the 1st. And so my question to you is, what do you guys feel about that? Do you think that we should join their protest and strike? If they go on strike, you think that we should be a part of that? Or should we just mind our business like everybody else mind their business when we're on strike? I mean, I know how I feel about it, but I want to hear what you guys think about it. And I got a video to show you of, I believe it's Chirillo. I don't want to say the wrong name, but one of our union leaders was over at a rally. I believe it was the LIRR's rally, right? And he was, I think that's Chirillo. Yeah. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm gonna show you the videos, let you see what he was saying over there, and you tell me what you think about it.
And together, we are going to get a fair and equitable contract. So he said something about Jano being eloquent before, and I almost threw up in my mouth. That man, Jano Lieber, has done one good thing in this whole negotiation. And you know what that is? He brought us all together. We are union strong. We can't control what they do, but we can control what we get. And we have to do it together. Your last year potentially could be my first year. So I am fighting for you because you're fighting for me. So, you talk about fair and equitable. I don't understand it's simple stuff. You've been fighting for a contract for more than 3 years. I wanted to make sure I was here for you because a week ago, we filled 2 Broadway, front to back, Long Island Railroad, first time ever, coming up, everybody out there. They are looking at this. Don't buckle. Don't bend. Don't break. So guess what? You want to fight? We're going to bring it. Stand strong with your union. Stand together. Because when we fight, We win! When we fight! We win! When we fight! We win! When we fight! We win! All right, now you're talking.
I did it again. Every time I press mute, I forget to unmute myself. But yeah, again, that was Chirillo, right? I'm just terrible with names, and I believe that was at a LIRR rally. What up, Mike? So I need to hear from you. What do you guys think? Should we join them, or because I like he said there that they came to our rally, and that's the first time I ever seen or heard of that. When I was participating in them, it was just TWU, but again, like I was saying earlier, TWU was much more united then than they are now. So we didn't really need other unions to join us because we had enough people flooding the streets. Today, not so much, right? So if they came to join us, should we join them when they do their strike? I mean, what is that? What exactly does that entail? Do we go on strike with them, or we just walk the lines with them? Because I say this all the time: numbers matter. The bigger the number, especially when you're doing strikes like that or rallies, the bigger the number, the better and harder the impact. I says we always had a small group outside unions. Small group outside unions. You mean we always had other unions come join us in small groups, or we just had small? You got to clarify that. I'm a little lost. Forgive me. The coffee's not working. The coffee's not working. Let me take another sip. Maybe that'll straighten my head out. Yeah, so when I heard that the LIRR joined, I'm like, oh, that's strange. It shouldn't be, right? It shouldn't be. We should all, as far as the transportation, you know, um, industry is concerned, we all drivers. When you talk about like taxis and MTA, LIRR, Metro North, New Jersey trip, we all should be backing each other up, right? Can you imagine? Can you just imagine? Can you just imagine the power that we have if the MTA, with all, including MTA bus and the private lines, New Jersey Transit, LIRR, and Metro North fought as one union, or at least had each other's back at each rally and uh, strike, like especially a strike, right? Like if one struck, then everybody struck and just shut everything down. You know how much power we will have, right? It's just it would be ridiculous. They will have to give in to any demand that we have. But the way it is now, they trying to break unions up. They trying to break unions up because they know the power of a union, right? They know the power of the union, and they know that if we get together like we used to, they can't stop us. Like there's people who there's talk of the Taylor law when it comes to striking. Yeah, right. Yeah, okay. Didn't stop us before, right? I mean, of course, there's going to be consequences that come with that, right? How do us helping them help us? It's just numbers. I don't know. You know what I mean? It just I that's the only thing I could say is that the we add more numbers to them, and numbers is power when it comes to um, strikes, rallies, and stuff and demands. The more people that bark about the demands that they want, the more chances you're gonna get it. If 10 people say we want $5 raises, they gonna laugh you out the box. It's the same thing like with the situation with the retirees. You know, Aetna and the union is saying they're not getting no complaints. So they probably got maybe 6 or 7 complaints or 8 or 9 complaints. That's nothing, right? That doesn't mean that means that whatever they're complaining about is it's a fluke. It's a minor thing because you got 40,000 other people that's not saying anything. They're happy with it as far as they're concerned. No complaints is good, right? So if you got 6 or 7 people complaining, they don't give a shit. They fix that. They'll sweep that under the rug. But if you got 30,000 people complaining, there's a problem, right? You see how it's a numbers game. So if we support the LIRR, and and I'm talking about all of us, 40,000 of us, that's another 40,000 headaches that they got to worry about. And if LIRR supports us, I don't know how many people work for the LIRR, but that's whatever thousand people. That's another headache on top of everything. So it's just basically a numbers game. So, yeah, I mean, what do you guys? I don't know how you guys feel about that. The LIRR supporting this, and I don't know where. I'm like, where is this coming from all of a sudden? Because maybe I'm wrong, right? I don't know everything, so maybe I'm wrong, but I never heard the LIRR support us in anything. So I was wondering where did that Ritika, you could probably tell me. You probably know more than I do. If they ever supported us in anything else. I never heard of them supporting us in anything. I'm grateful for the support. You know what I mean? I'm grateful for the support, and I hope they keep supporting us. And if they did come to the rally, like Chirillo said, then yeah, one hand washes the other, so we could support them in their rally. But we have our own issues, you know. As far as like contracts and all that stuff, because the contracts coming up. You know what I didn't see in the contract demands? Anything about the medical. Anything about the medical. Or maybe I just didn't get it, right? But I have one of the pages. I believe this is, what is this? Okay, hold on. So I have figures on Facebook. It says not gonna happen, but I have a question. If LIR goes on strike, do we cross the picket line to operate the shuttle work? Oh, that is a good question. That is a good question. If LIR goes on strike, do we cross the picket line and do the shuttle work? Whitaker says yes, we always have a small. Yes, we always have a small group always at our rally. Oh, they have supported us a lot. You see, I never knew that. So there you go. I guess we support them then. I guess we support them then. If they always have a small, but then let's send a small group. We don't need to send a lot of people. We send whatever they send us, we send them. Yeah, there you go. See, they going right away. They going after. They want to increase. They want to increase members' contribution. That's the start. That is the start of it. That is this guys. You actives You have to be worried about this. I'm not exaggerating this shit, man. You have to be worried. Some of the stories that I heard from these retirees will make you cry. Literally. I'm not joking, man. Because of the shit that they have to go through because of Medicare Advantage. And I don't want that for y'all. I really don't. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. And, the fact that you paid into traditional Medicare through FICA and Social Security, and not Social Security, traditional Medicare and I forgot one of the other things, right? And FICA, right? And now you're not going to receive that. It's like highway robbery. And I heard, people say, well, actors are paying for the retirees right now, right? And then when you retire, the actors will be paying for you. Like it goes like that. I understand that, but they took that away. So when you retire, you're gonna be on a Medicare Advantage plan, and that's that's just the middleman. They actively inserted a middleman between you and your doctor. So now everything has to be checked out, has to be looked at before anything happens. If your doctor says to you, your toe is swollen, you need to go see a specialist about this right now. With traditional Medicare, you take your referral and you go to the specialist. That's it. With Medicare Advantage, they go, wait. Let me see that. Yeah, we're gonna have to delay that for a couple of days, up to 90 days, just to make sure this is what you need. And then after the 90 days, you gotta wait and see if they say you're approved or denied. You don't want that fucking headache. You don't want that headache. It's too much, especially when you're going through things. So you guys got. I hope you guys join that call. We have. Figgy says, rumor has it that the MTA may not even ask us bus operators to do the shuttle work. Word is they may use nice. Oh well, it's Long Island, right? Nice is Long Island, so let them do nice. The only thing I hate about that whole situation about not crossing the picket line to do shuttle work is it's a missed opportunity for extra money. You know, it's not like um it's your fault as an MTA operator that the work is available, right? So yeah, I mean you can't leave people stranded. It's not like we're on strike; they're on strike. But I get it. I understand like the concept of it is if you do the shuttle work, you kind of like cross the picket line. I understand that part. But not everybody is well off. There's people that's working right now paycheck to paycheck. A lot. I mean, most of the people are working paycheck to paycheck. But some are drowning in debt, right? And that's a way to get out of it. So what are you gonna tell them not to put food on their table? It's a difficult decision, and it's not easy. It's not likely to not a likely decision you're gonna come to. But if you in debt and you can't, your baby moms, all of them are siphoning money off of you, and your paycheck looks shitty. Um, you're gonna be like, what? Who? Yeah, I'm taking that, right? I'm taking it. I don't care what nobody say, because you're not feeding my mouth, you know. So it's a difficult situation to be in. I would say if you can afford not to, don't. Yes, please don't. Don't cross the picket line. Show your solidarity as much as you can. But if you hungry, bro, you got to eat, and you're not Are you really crossing the picket line by doing overtime work that your job has open for you? You know, I mean, kind of yeah, and kind of no. So that's a tough question, bro. Tough question. Let me see. Let me put myself in that situation. If LIRR went on strike and the depot said we got a couple of runs open, um, my mentality is going to be okay. I'm going to do the run, not because catch 22, right? I'm going to do the run not because I want to cross the picket line, but a couple of reasons is I need the money, right? I got to pay this thing off or that thing off, and this could help get me to that. And also, I'm also thinking about the people that are stranded. They got to get home. You know, it's not their fault either. You know that the LIRR decides to go on strike, but they need to get home, and so I'm providing a service for them. They might be mad at me because their bus is packed and it doesn't do exactly how the train works or whatever. Yeah, I mean, if you did a shuttle run, you know how the crowd is. It's a weird crowd, right? Everybody's angry. They all packed. They want to get home. They think that you could just stop anywhere, outside of the train stops or whatever. And it's like you got rules you have to follow, and you can't do that. But they don't know that. This is one of the things I was saying about the MTA doing commercials and stuff. This is commercials they could do like that to make the public aware of what our operations is. They don't have to disclose everything we have to do, but certain things like when we do shuttle bus, we're not allowed to stop at any fucking corner. You have to stop where the train station is, right? Um, I don't know if they changed that rule or not. You guys can correct me, but that was what it was when I worked. Unless it was late night, like the usual schedule after 10, you request to stop. Then I don't think those rules apply to the shuttle. Aaron, you could correct me if I'm wrong. Um, I don't think that 10 p.m. shit works on a shuttle bus. It could. I'm trying to remember. I know I had a situation like that where they wanted to get off before I read. It's still the same. 10 p.m. they could request to stop. Okay. I know I had a situation like that where they wanted to get off before. I don't remember what exactly transpired in that situation. Okay. All right. So it's still the same. So they could do the request to stop, right? As long as you deem it safe. Wait, what doesn't apply? I done lost my train of thought, y'all. I'm looking at Aaron's post. It said that doesn't apply. The 10 p.m. rule doesn't apply. Not on shuttles. So they can request to stop, or they can't request to stop. Because I'm leaning more towards they can't, or you can't let them off just because they actually get off. Yeah, y'all driving me crazy, man. y'all, y'all driving me crazy. I don't know what the hell y'all talking about. I no request. So on the shuttle bus, they can't request to stop. Right? That's what y'all saying. Yes, we good. I can move on. I'm waiting. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, driving me crazy. I'm getting off, man. Okay, right. So I was right. They can't on the shuttle bus. They can't request to stop. So you have to go towards where the train station is to let them off. But I remember I was doing the G shuttle and I had that problem. I just don't remember how I handled it. From what I remember, you cannot request to stop on the shuttle bus, right? Because I was doing the late night shuttle. I used to do the G shuttle, the A shuttle. Yeah, that's about it. But anyway, yeah. Where were we going with this? How did we get to shuttle buses? I don't remember how we got to this. But anyway, yeah. So trans is going after your I don't know. How the fuck you got? Yeah. Yo, I'm bugging out. I didn't have my nap today. Sorry, guys. So I just so you guys, some of y'all may not know, right? I do dialysis on Monday mornings from 11, from 6 a.m. to 11. And I come home, take a nap, get up about 5. And I start getting ready for the show. But I had other obligations I had to do. I couldn't get my nap in, so I'm a little confused. So covering the LIR is how you got there. Oh, okay, right. You see, right. So we was talking about the LIR, them going on strike, and then we end up doing the shuttle bus stuff. Like, okay, right. All right, thank you, Ritika. Appreciate it. See what I would what I'm gonna do without y'all. Figure it's your fault, man, motherfucker. Yeah. Oh man, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. So yeah, man. So you guys, I mean, that is a good question. So you guys can answer it in the comments if you want. Is doing the shuttle work to cover for the LIRR crossing the picket line, crossing the line? Is it crossing the line? And if so, would you still do it? Right. Either way, um, we. This is another question I want to ask y'all. What can we do to reunite the union members to make it one cohesive unit like it used to be, to change the culture back to what it used to be? What can we do to reunite the members? Yeah. I mean, yeah, I kind of agree, right? I could see the connection, you know, that it would be like crossing a picket line. But that's a dilemma, right? Because again, like I said, if you hungry and you not making it, and if you're like my man Jamie, got like 20 different baby mamas, don't tell him y'all, and they're siphoning your check, that over time looks good. Yeah. That could be one way to avoid it, right? If the union just says no, we're not going to cover um, any shuttle buses, right? I mean, obviously, I would say ask the members first, and the majority wins because you're gonna get both sides of the fence there. But I would say yes. Oh yeah, and then say no to the shuttle buses, and that way the members don't have to make that hard decision at that point. But if the union says we need to cover this work, then now you got to make a decision. You could consider that blood money. Yep, I agree. I 100% agree with this. Both the current union administration now, because, and I've said this before, that um yeah, I said it before. You got to clean house. You got to clean house, and the reason I said that is because the people who are in there that are involved, the ones that were involved in what's happening with the retirees, because there's new people in there that really didn't have anything to do with that. But the ones that were involved, like Utano and uh, Davis, especially Davis, a big dummy. Um, and all the others that were involved in the contracts, previous contracts, they got to get they got to get voted out. You have to clean them out. And the reason I said that is because there's no way they're going to admit to the mistake they made. They're not. They never have. When leaders make mistakes, when people are in position like that and they make mistakes, they don't apologize. They don't. They don't recognize they made a mistake and try to backstep it, right? No. So you got to vote them out. If I see one of those leaders say, you know what, I fucked up, we fucked up, and we need to make amends, then I'll be like, let's go. I got you back. But they don't do that. I don't know why, what it is about when you're in that position that you're afraid to admit to it a mistake. It happens, you know. You know, they started this whole Medicare Advantage thing was started to save money, right? By by Washington, the folks in D.C. It was a whole thing to try to save money, and it didn't work. It didn't work. You have I forgot her name. One of the union, not union, one of the ladies down in D.C. One of the what's her name? Uh, Warrant, some shit like that. Anyway, she said it outright. Like, we tried to do uh, something that we tried to this plan, came up together with this plan so that we could save money on these Medicare issues and stuff like that. And it didn't work. It actually backfired. They started robbing an industry. So yeah, you know, like they are not going to admit that they did wrong. And I feel like, and this is my opinion, if you're not going to help us fight this injustice and try to straighten it out, then you're in the way. Then move out the way. You know, complicit is a part of the problem. Complicity is part of the problem. You want to stand there and act like nothing's happening when you're in a position to help, then you're complicit and you're part of the problem. Am I lying? Am I wrong? Because if I'm wrong, I will apologize to everybody who I feel is complicit. Even though nobody would know who that is because they're in my head. But I mean, I'm just saying, there's a lot of people out there that can help and make this go a lot smoother than it's going, and they just don't. But here's the thing. Yeah, here's the thing. If we win what we're trying to win, everybody's gonna benefit from it. It's fucked up, but that's what it is. So everybody gets the benefit, and nobody wants to participate though. Exactly, Aaron. Exactly. They aren't going to leave their perks. They're not. Oh yeah, under the table shit. You know what I mean? They ain't. It is what it is. This is what we have to deal with, and we're still gonna push through. But like I said again, um, join us Wednesday. I'm gonna say it again. Join us Wednesday. Where we at? There we go. Mark this on your calendars. It's 2 days away. This Wednesday, 4 p.m. sharp. Please, please join it. Join us on the Zoom call. Um, yeah, yeah. So yeah, Wednesday, 4 p.m. Join us. Listen to the call. Even if you don't have nothing to say, just join the call and listen. Because again, they're saying nobody's complaining, and we're hoping we could get as many people. This was a little short notice, right? I understand that, but we're doing this because we got our hands on some recent information, and we need to move as fast as we can. And we want to try to beat the deadline because the contract deadline is coming up real soon. Was it the 15th or 16th? So we want to have this already recorded with all these uh, um, issues, which Aetna and the union is claiming we're not having, so we could use it against them and let them know we're not lying. We're not making this stuff up because we say it. So that way on this call, you can witness and hear for yourself what these people are going through, and then we have it so they can understand that this is not, we're not lying. And again, we're not lying in our fucking pockets. I wish, I wish, I wish, but no. So mark it on your calendars. Let me move that out the way. If you need a screenshot, take a screenshot. Wow, look at that. And I hope to see you guys Wednesday, 4 p.m. sharp. It's going to be interesting. Everybody should join. Yes, actives. Yes, yes. Please, actives. Just tune in. You don't have to say a goddamn thing. Just listen. Listen. There's going to be a lot of information going on. And some of this shit you're going to hear is going to be like, whoa. Because this is what you're going to be facing. This is your future. Listen to what's happening right now. And they already started going after your medical. All right? So it's important that you guys join. Y'all hear me? You heard? All right. So listen, guys. That's it. We have come to the end of the show. Woo, I got to go cook as usual because I don't have a shorty here. I know. It's tragic, ain't it? But yeah, listen, everybody who joined me, I appreciate you. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you chose to be here. And I'm always, always humble about that. I appreciate it. And I'll see you guys hopefully next week, God willing. All right? So that's the end of the show. I'm your boy Blunt. Fuck them if they can't take a joke. Later, y'all. I might want to press the fucking thing.
You're still here? It's over. Go home. Go.